Okay, guys, John Q. Public here for Central Ileana Accountability. And today, I am back in beautiful Broadview, Illinois. Today is Saturday, September 27th, 2025. It is approximately 2:30 p.m., 81 degrees, and I am back out at the Ice Processing Center. I was out here last night until about 8:30, and I heard they were going to have another get-together here at 2:30, so we'll see what happens here, guys. I did see three guys up on the roof. They've since left. So, okay, guys, John Q. Public back here from Broadview. Yeah. Looks like we're having a little press conference here.
This is my home.
All power to the people.
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 Black power for black people.
Black power for black people.
Brown power for brown people.
Brown power for brown people.
Red power for red people.
Red power for red people.
Yellow power for yellow people.
Yellow power for yellow people.
White power for white people.
White power for white people.
Worker power for workers.
Worker power for workers.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Immigrant power for immigrants.
Immigrant power for immigrants.
Women power for women.
Women power for women.
All power to the people.
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 Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop. Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop.
Say what?
Ain't no power like the power of the people, because the power of the people don't stop.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united can never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
Very, very clear. So this is a coalition of the people organized against fascism, as we call it, Rise Up Chicago. On September 5th, 2025, old fascist racist Donald Trump, 34-time convicted felon, over 60 allegations of sexual assault, and actually one who was concluded and found liable of rape, but in a civil matter. With Jane Carroll, the judge made it clear that it was a rape case. He changed the U.S. Department of Defense to the Department of War, September 5th, 2025. Then September 6th, 2025, his fascist crazy behind did a post with the movie Apocalypse Now called Apocalypse Now. Said, "Oh, how I love the smell of deportation." Actually paraphrasing in the movie when they woke up and said, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning." Napalm, poison that was actually dropped on the people of Vietnam on women, children, and babies, and elders, and everybody. And he said that Chicago will find out why it's called the Department of War. So he made a declaration of war and an apocalypse on Chicago. I know there's many of us who are confused in this country. Some say this is not our fight. We must understand it is all of our fight. It may be Hector Hernandez yesterday, Tyrone Jenkins in Washington, D.C. or Chicago today. But it will be Billy Cronkite in Idaho somewhere tomorrow, because fascism has no difference. And so it is all of our fight. I myself, I'm Dr. Ali Muhammad, MD, that is spelled A-L-I, last name M-U-H-A-M-M-A-D, the national leader of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. I am a survivor and victim of one of the longest holocausts in America, the Black Holocaust, the Black African Holocaust. And my indigenous brothers and sisters are victims of one of the longest holocausts, 500-year Holocaust, and being targeted by fascists today. And as a Holocaust survivor, as a survivor of genocide, we must make it clear that this is ethnic cleansing that is going on. When you have a mass of people in government targeting people because of their race and their culture, en masse, women, children, babies. First they came up with the trick that, we're just going after the gang, Trende Wagwa, and MS-13. And then you have people who supported it, even so-called MAGA Latinos and Latinos for Trump. Then the head of Latinos for Trump gets deported. But tricking the people. So you have people who supported against their own self-interest. And we saw what the lie was. It wasn't so-called gangs and criminals. It was mothers and fathers, people at work sites, people driving in their car, people on their deathbeds, people having surgery, babies in elementary schools. In any other country, that would be considered ethnic cleansing. And it is ethnic cleansing. And it is a form of genocide. And what they did here at this facility a week ago, beating people and throwing them on the ground and pepper and tear gas and pepper balls. Do you know that that's a violation of the Geneva Convention? They're not even in a war zone. Can U.S. soldiers actually spray tear gas on civilians? We have comrades in the Revolutionary Panther Party who are veterans, who make it clear that when they were out there was even people with chainsaws, and they couldn't do any tear gas or so-called less lethal weapons. But here in the United States of America, ICE is an illegal, fascist, criminal, war crime criminal, doing war crimes and attacking innocent people, unarmed people. That tear gas is a violation of the Geneva Convention, brothers and sisters. It is also not only a violation of the Geneva Convention, but when you get to the deeper parts of that, what they're doing is criminal. You can't just walk up to people and snatch them up as kidnapped. And what many don't know why they wear the mask. They wear the mask because when Trump released 1,500 terrorists that went to storm the White House January 6, 2021, some of them, they have different ties to work with ICE. That's why they're covering their faces, because they're not even real federal officers. These are rabid racists. Understand why MAGA is a serious threat. And one of the worst racist, fascist, sexist, xenophobic regimes ever in this country. Because you have the conglomerate of the radical religious right, the anti-immigration right, the QAnon, conspiracy theorist right, with the neo-Nazi right, all together with some of their actual gangs and law enforcement, the Back the Blue and all the other ones, combined with the oligarch bourgeoisie element, which used to kind of hide in a cut somewhere, Elon Musk and Bezos and all of them together as one. So that's what makes it more dangerous, because now it's an entire conglomerate of them all supporting this particular thing. So today we're gathered in solidarity. We want everybody that is listening and that will listen to understand this is all of our fight. It's not one group against the other group, that they're coming for us all. that what you see happening, people being beat on the ground, it will come to your door next, because fascism, as I said, holds no limit. It holds no line. And my message to the black community, which has been one of the hardest things for us to digest, because they've done this thing after the 60s to divide the people. We must remember, when we rose up in the civil rights movement, that it was brown brothers and sisters, white brothers and sisters, the women liberation movement, and many groups that stood up as buffer zones around us, and some died as well. And what they surmised was that they would divide us, even to this extent. When we rose up for Mike Brown, they laid us low. When we rose up for Trayvon and Martin Anderson, they laughed at us. But when George Floyd came, you had white soccer moms out there. You had Arabs out there. You had Hispanic, Latino, Chicanos out there. You had Sikhs out there with their turbans on. And all of the people were out there. And they were afraid. And once that happened, they made changes. Never forget this. There was no such thing as racism as it exists today before 1676. Something known as the Bacon Rebellion. I have to bring that up because that is a context of like what happened with George Floyd. Real quick. The Bacon Rebellion during slavery is where white slaves and white indentured servants and black slaves got together to fight against the ruling class. And once this happened, the ruling class says, never again. They created the concept of race. That became white race. And if you were white, you had special privileges because you're white. They used that against us, and then a racial war against the black populace and other targeted groups. And that is the base of that. During George Floyd, they used the same scenario. They said, listen, all of them are gathered together, we got to do something about this. So they divided us. So they used us against us supporting the deportation of brown people, us supporting the beating down of black people. And real quickly, I'm going to say this. They used immigration policies against the brown community and ICE. Going after the criminals. They use the idea of fighting crime against the black community. And many of us say, yeah, bring the gun in because Chicago is so bad and these young people out there killing each other. You need to understand Hegelian dialectics a little bit better. You need to understand how deep that is, where you have somebody who will actually create an issue, create a problem, then you react to it, and then they come in with a solution. But the solution was always rooted in them being the problem in the first place. So that's a trick. In order to stop violent crime, you have to stop poverty. According to international law, poverty is a crime against humanity. And according to experts across the board, it is stated that crime and violent crime, at its root, is poverty. So when you deal with that, the real criminals is not the young brothers and sisters killing each other. The real criminal is Donald Trump. The real criminal is the state that supports poverty and supports injustice and supports genocide and ethnic cleansing. Again, like what's going on to our brown brothers and sisters being thrown all over the place and put in jail. That's the real criminal. And once you end the poverty, once you end the ethnic cleansing and genocide, then we can have a proper and authentic conversation. So this is not a moment. This is a movement of solidarity. This is the people united against racism, the people united against fascism, the people united against sexism and xenophobia. And we want old, crazy, wrinkled Donald Trump to know we're not standing idly by. We're not going to just let you attack one of us. When you mess with one of us, you'll mess with all of us. You mess with all of us. All power to the people. 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 You mess with all of us when you mess with one of us. When you mess with our brown brothers and sisters, you mess with us. So we must understand it's not a game, it's not a joke. The last thing I'm going to say is this. After the Emancipation Proclamation, there were efforts and strides made of positive black people. Then they came up with certain things to put us back in the slave like you mentioned. One of them was the McCarran detention, which labeled us as subversive instead of to fight for ourselves. Then you get into the 1960s when we did stand up and do certain types of things. And at the end of that, Lewis G. Afrida, remember that name. He created what he called, paraphrasing, a racial survival strategy. And he talked about the detaining of millions of black people in concentration camps. Then the same person in 1984 talked about detaining 500,000, he said, Central Americans and Hispanics and Latinos. So adding that to it. So my point of saying that was called Rex 84. Look it up. So my point of saying this to you is that when you say it's not your fight, the brown targeting is connected to the black targeting. And for white comrades and brothers and sisters, and it's connected to your targeting. So I just wanted to express this and let the people know that you have the love and support of the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. You have the love and support of RevCom. You have the love and support of Refuse Fascism. You have the love and support of the people. We love you, support you, and we will continue to be here on the front line with you. And again, I'm going to say it is a war crime what you're doing, Donald Trump. It is a war crime what you're doing, right? These are war crimes. These are crimes against humanity. It is ethnic cleansing and genocide. Understand that. And we also want you to know you don't have to accept it. Let me explain this to you so we can get this clear. It's about knowing what you can do. Number one, you do not have to talk to ICE. You do not have to allow them to take you or anything. You can ignore them. You don't have to do that. But you can also protect and defend yourself. Now, the governor of this state said that anything Trump is doing with ICE in Chicago, the military, said it was illegal. Mayor Brandon Johnson created an executive order saying that it was illegal and the police can't even operate with ICE and all that other stuff, right? So let me explain to you what I'm saying. If something is illegal and unauthorized, whether it's a federal agent or police officer, there's a case known as Bad Elk, B-A-D-E-L-K versus the U.S. And it states that if you are unlawfully targeted, detained, or lawfully arrested, that you have a right to resist even with force, and even if it means fatal force, if your life is put in imminent threat and danger, and if they are illegal. Also, Posse Comitatus Act makes it clear that it's illegal for the military to target you. So my point is that you can protect and defend yourself if you have to. I'm not saying that if there was a right for you to be targeted, then you can do that, but they are unauthorized, they are illegal, and they are putting your life in imminent threat or danger. And I quote Chairman Mao that says that if they ever attack us, then we must resolutely defend ourselves as best as possible. I'll also quote President Clemens who said that the limits of a tyrant is prescribed as far as the oppressed would allow them to go. Like any group, if you stand up and stop them, then they will stop. And also Franz Fanon talked about in self-defense, how violence in self-defense was cathartic for colonized people and oppressed people. And I'm telling you like this, we're talking about liberation, they're coming to attack us unlawfully and put our lives in imminent threat and danger as criminals, regardless of their occupation. There's definitely liberation and the annihilation in self-defense. Free the land, all power to the people, black power, workers of the world unite. All power to the people.
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 The people united can never be defeated. The people united.
The people
The
united.
people united.
Never be defeated.
The people united.
Never be defeated.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Black power for brown people.
Black power for brown people.
Brown power for brown people.
Brown power for brown
Red
people.
power for red people.
Yeah.
Yellow power for yellow people.
Yeah.
White power for white people.
Here, here.
Workers of the world unite. Thank you all. Love you.
All men are created equal.
All right, guys, there you have it. You heard what the man said. I'm going to sign off for now, guys.